There's nothing more powerful than a good idea whose time has come. And when people get behind a good idea, that there's nothing that we can't change, especially in Canada, where our government takes pride in listening to people. It's easy to listen to people when you've got experts, especially world-leading experts like the people who met today to tackle the problem of financing the needs of our seniors as they get older. People are living longer lives in Canada today, and the cost of healthcare is growing. So these are really important questions that we have to deal with. So I'm standing among three people who know this area really well. Brooke Campbell, you got us together. You had something like 90 people in the room to hear some ideas about what Canadians should be doing to meet these challenges in the years to come. Do you want to comment?
Yeah, thank you very much, John. The problem is that with the registered retirement investment programs, there's a need to take money out at age 72. And the withdrawal factors were established in 1992, and they're no longer relevant today. And Gary, perhaps you could just talk about market conditions in 1992 as well as the situation today.
Gary Sutherland.
In 1992, the regulations were drawn up to reflect the reality of interest rates and market environment at the time. Subsequently, of course, we've seen a dramatic shift in that. Yields which were in the teens, perhaps even in the high teens, were available to investors. Today, we all know that GIC rates are down at the 2 to 2.5% level. This has necessitated the individual investor to make decisions about how that money is invested. At that time, of course, we were able to that is 1992, we were able to draw incomes at those rates which were realistic to today's, relative to today's formula. That is, starting at 7% and accelerating from there. Obviously today at 3% or whatever those rates are, an investor cannot take money out without seeing significant capital erosion.
I mentioned that we have some people of really high caliber. Among those is Don Smith, who was involved in crafting the regulations around the program when it was introduced in 1992. Don.
Thanks, John. Yes, as everyone has said, the existing withdrawal rates for RRIFs were appropriate in 1992, but the world has changed dramatically since then. Both the dramatic decrease in interest rates and investment yields, and then secondly, people living longer. We're living 3 to 5 years longer than our counterparts were in 1992. So the proposal that is being put forward now is a very simple proposal to bring the RRIF situation up to date in 2014, 2015 and the future.
Brooke and Gary and Don are putting together a proposal that's well documented, well researched, and well articulated, and I'm pleased to be supporting it with the Minister of Finance and our Finance Committee at the House of Commons.
John, would you like me just to talk about our recommendation is that the RRIF withdrawal factors would start at 4% and then escalate modestly. And that would give seniors a cash flow that will escalate to cover the cost of inflation and higher medical and care costs that they may face in the future. These recommendations are very similar to what the withdrawal factors are for the equivalent programs in the United States.
So Brooke, I'm really proud of what you've done as volunteers. You've come together, you have created some really good ideas. You've gathered others to hear about those ideas, you're refining them, and we will be presenting those as a consideration for Minister Oliver for Budget 2015.